Perfect. And we are in game number 1 then. JorDan versus Valas. JorDan in the blue, Valas in the red color. And from what I've heard... Hey, Whistler. Hi, and T-Bot. How are you guys doing? From what I heard, Yo and ACCM confirmed on their streams that they won't be able to be there, and Vinch probably isn't either. Yeah, I saw this tweet that said that Winchester was still trying to get his visa, but the chances, I guess, are probably very low considering how much time there is left for the actual event, right? I am surprised about Mr. Yo and ACCM because I thought their Red Bull Wallow visas were still going to be valid for this one. So I'm not exactly sure what the reason behind that is. Maybe it wasn't the case that it was still going to be valid. Probably it was just for the 1 week or so, perhaps. Valas vs JorDan, some Finnish Independence Days, what a treat. Let's take a look. JorDan playing with Japanese will get first off. 5, 10, 15, 20% faster working efficiency, twice the HP, plus 2 pierce armor. We're gonna have for this civilization a 50% discount on drop-off buildings, 33% faster attack and infantry units starting in the fuel age. And then on top of that, for Japanese, for the team bonus, they also get 50% extra line of sight on galley line ships. So galleys, for galleys, galleon, right? For Valas civilization, the Malians instead will get 30% longer lasting golds, 1 extra pierce armor on barracks units per age starting in the fuel age, and in addition to that, we have for Malians 50% wood discount, 15% wood discount on buildings, while for the team bonus, their universities work 80% faster. I'm not 100% sure, but heard that said, I don't really watch Dojo a whole lot. Yeah, so I'm not really sure about it. That'd be sad if we had 3 out of 6 qualified players not being able to attend to the main event. But that is what the replacement qualifier is for. And in any case, everybody over here is going to get a reward of some sort. There is some prize money for the replacement qualifier as well. So those who made it from the deciders, from the main qualifiers, and couldn't attend there are probably just going to get what the replacement players would have gotten otherwise from the qualifiers. Right? That's what we were talking about 2 days ago. But anyway, let's focus on game number 1 over here and see what we get, because it's very important for the players over here to bring their A game, to give it their all, as after all, it seems like there might be a very real chance some of these guys are still kind of competing in the decider set of sorts in these replacement qualifiers. So fuel age is coming up for Valas a little bit earlier in JorDan. JorDan is going up a little bit later on a stronger economy, and Valas from the get-go is going to start pumping some militias. In JorDan, he's going for militias as well, a little bit later compared to Valas, but not considerably so. In any case, with the defender's advantage, he should be fine over here. However, they find each other. Valas ends up taking a few hits over here from JorDan, and the red player pulls back now. Is he going forward? He's gotta be careful, man. JorDan, even with militias against men at arms, is still going to be a big threat because of the faster attacking units. By the way, we are seeing a stronger and stronger transition into the waterless meta that we have seen during the main qualifiers as well. As the series progressed, we saw less and less people trying to, fewer and fewer people trying to go for water. And there we go. Village is here, Valas. He's got 4 militias. The 5th one is actually out. There we go. So it's going to be Men-at-Arms coming out for Valas. And JorDan's only a few seconds away from the fuel age. Shouldn't be too far behind. Is he going for Men-at-Arms? It's going to be 5 militias for both these players. And the Men-at-Arms upgrade's coming up. 15 seconds a little bit later for JorDan. So he's going to have to bail from here. We see immediately an archer range being dropped over here. And what do we see from Valas? He's going right after the villagers. Gonna try and prevent this one from coming up. But JorDan's got the scout over there. If he places cards right, he can quick wall the villager and still finish the archer range. And now we have Men-at-Arms for both these players. The heal advantage is over there for JorDan though. And Valas loses the first Man-at-Arms, with JorDan losing almost no HP over there. So that was really, really good for the bull player. A little bit of a misstep over there for Valas. Yeah, and that's going to be about it. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to be able to force an engagement over here. A favorable one anyway, and Valas ends up losing another scout. So he cannot turn around over here. Obviously, he's going to get clapped. So he's just trying to bail, and he's got his own archers coming out. Both players have their archers coming up. Thank you, Arbase, for updating the command. And there we go. This should be going in favor of JorDan for sure. He's getting a villager over there. Got the vast majority of the Minotaurs down, and he's going after another one. He will take it down, and while he ends up losing his own Minotaurs in the process, he's gonna be left with the highest worker count, as he was able to get 2 villagers over here in this engagement. And JorDan goes for a defensive tower, should be able to defend himself successfully with this. By the way, earlier today, I read some of the messages that I hadn't read in the tournament server. And it turns out that Sito, remember the game that we cast from the Deciders, where he called the GG on this map, and it was like super early? It seems he was very annoyed at the crocodiles. I saw a message regarding that, so if you saw that series and if you were as puzzled as I was, well, there's a potential reason for the GG. This is not live. These are recorded games. And these are being shared at about the same time as the main channel is gonna be casting these. So yeah. Nice quick walls over there though, for JorDan. Gate goes down. Now we might see a villager go down. Well, we don't have fletching yet for Valas, mind you. Might not matter though. Yeah, with good unit control over here, Valas might be able to end up taking a villager down anyway. Nice walls! Nice walls! And the archers are trapped now against the skirmisher, the archer from JorDan. Yeah, there we go. Well played! Good defense over here for the blue player so far. He's also going to be the first guy to go for water. He's got the dock and the fishing ships coming out already. Meanwhile, Valas, not so much. And this must be due to JorDan getting a better trade earlier on. Gave him the confidence he needed. Try and pursue water. Now, he's ahead in working count by about 4. Valas is getting housed. So things are now looking the best for the Finnish player. Just yet, anyway. He does have a few extra archers compared to JorDan. 7 versus 5 for the red and blue players, respectively. And here comes Valas. He's bringing a bunch of villagers over. Try to take the tower down, and the archers are coming right up against the villagers. There's one over there that cannot garrison inside the tower, so it goes down right away. And JorDan's archers are coming over. He's got the one skirmisher over here. The tower's going down, though. As the villagers come out, we see one over there go down to the archers right away. We might see more than one, actually. That's another one, then another one, and well played. Valas targeted the weak villagers before JorDan was able to get his own units to where they needed to be, and now the working count still looking better for JorDan. And in its normal part, that's going to be due to the fishing ships the blue player's been going for still. Might be able to clean this up as well. Even with a hill advantage, Valas is still facing skirmishers over here with archers, so it's not looking great, right? Plus, JorDan's got Paler Archer armor, +1/+1, and Valas does not. So the red player gets pushed back, and now JorDan's not only ahead in workers, but he's managed to get himself ahead in military count too. So that was a little bit of a glimpse of hope for anybody rooting for Valas, but then it was immediately shot down by JorDan. Will he cast all the games? Yes, and going to cast all the series. And the villager crumbles for the red player. Here comes JorDan. Good unit control. He's getting to the base of the tower, pushing the villagers away. Yeah, almost taking another villager down over there as well. All 3 in a row today? Yes. All 3 series in a row. There was a series that was poised to be played today, or at the very least, there was a preemptive potential time from Double Cup 3. Actually, was it 12 GMT? I think it was 12, 13 GMT, but it seems like in the end it was not played, I think. Otherwise, we would have cast all 4 series, actually. But I'm going to take a look at the spectator dashboard to see if it was played in the end or not. I think it probably either wasn't, or if it was played, it's probably not logged by the spectator dashboard, because I think it's reliant on the series to be scheduled on Wikipedia. Good defense still. John's in a good spot. He's trying to go forward over here. It's gonna be the first player to get enough resources to click after the castle age. Surprising, probably not a whole lot of people. Given the fact that he was the only player with fishing ships, right? And with Japanese fishing ships even. 8 fishing ships over here. In the field, it's already working 10% faster compared to standard ones. Castle age is on the way very soon for JorDan. He's got the buildings. He's got almost enough resources. And there he goes! Valas! Not so much. Good defense over here for JorDan once again. And Valas, in trying to put pressure, in trying to make something up, and over here is going to end up getting completely cleaned up by a player who's going to be in the castle age so much earlier, and he's going to have a lot of units left. JorDan is in a much better position over here, and Valas, man, he just struggles so much this game. It's not been even close. JorDan's going to clean out the archers over here. We have only 2 scouts left over there for Valas, but the spearman is coming over from JorDan as well, so he's got even defenses against scouts. Realizes about the archers on the left hand side, and should be able to clean these up unless Valas pulls these off and pull these away, right? With bloodlines on the way as well, JorDan, he's got 2 stables. He's gonna start making a play for knights. Is not gonna struggle to take this archer down. Is not going to struggle to take any of the units from Valas down, so long as Valas remains in the castle, in the field age rather. So I honestly wouldn't really be surprised if Valas were to call the GG as soon as JorDan got to the castle age. But even if that's not the case, it shouldn't take too long for JorDan to get a significant lead over here. There we go. Castle age is here for JorDan. Valas doesn't call the GG at all. Interestingly enough, JorDan, despite being 1 H higher, is still ahead in worker count. And here come the knights. Valas is going to try until it's hopeless, I guess. Well, yeah, probably, right? You wouldn't really blame the guy for trying, given the situation with the players who qualified in the main qualifiers, so you certainly want to give it your all. I believe the way this works is we're gonna have 3 sets today, and then from those 3 people, we are going to have tomorrow 3 more sets, right? Kind of like in a group stage of sorts. There we are. Yeah, and the knights are coming over. 1 goes down. Most likely doesn't matter. Ideally, JorDan will want to go for chain bar than armor as well. That would reduce the amount of damage he takes from the archers from 2 to 1, but there we go. Now the villagers are starting to get targeted. Yeah, no more spearmen over here, so that's gotta be it, right? How does Valas ever come back from this? Take a look at that! The villagers are completely exposed. There is 1 spearman over there. We have 5 knights. How do you come back from here? Castle age is there for Valas. He's behind by 15 workers. Yeah, and this is not looking great. The monastery is coming up. And man, Val's gonna keep on trying. How on earth could he ever come back, though, from this position? I don't think there's a way. So long as JorDan keeps on playing over here and doesn't walk away from the computer for 15 minutes, I don't see Valas coming back. And he refuses to give up for sure. He's got some camels coming out. He's got double stables himself as well. Might be able to clean out these knights. Meanwhile, JorDan He's going for his own monastery. On the left-hand side, he's got a second TC already up as well. So that's great. Yep. And it's, I believe, game over. Let me take a look at the game. Huh. Hold on. Right. We are 25 minutes and 56 seconds into the game. This is the stable branch. Not the branch to watch record the games. Damn it. Let me go and switch that real quick. So sorry about that, but we are good now. And this is where we were left before. Yeah, about here, right? So the camels are coming out for Valas, indeed. It's going to end up cleaning up the knights. We're gonna try to catch up a little bit. Probably fell behind by about 3-4 minutes. Nice snipe over there. Still a conversion connected though for JorDan already, so it was worth it. And man, it's still looking extremely rough for Valas, who's going to keep on trying. 32 minutes. They are already into the game, okay. So we know he's not going to call the GG in the next 5 minutes. But from this point onwards, we're just going to try to keep up on our own. So we probably don't need any more updates from the main channel. So as not to spoil, of course, what's going to happen in the next X or Y minutes. It's also my birthday! Whoa! Bailo, happy birthday! So if you could ask the players to create some elephants, that'd be great. I wish I could actually. These are recorded games, so if somebody gives you for your birthday a time machine, we could use that. I think that'd be quite handy. So I think if we see any elephants coming up in any of the series today, we can everybody just assume with 100% certainty that somebody has gifted Bailo a time machine, alright? Nice conversions though, coming in from Valas. And JorDan's still looking so much stronger though, getting very close to having twice the worker count compared to Valas. Very close to having 3 times the military as well, and he's coming in with some knights. Straight into the wood line. Valas cannot afford to lose villagers, but he will. He will lose a bunch of villas over here, and those knights are just so deadly. So far, they have prevented the quick walls from coming up over there. They have taken a bunch of villagers down. These 4 knights have gotten 7 villagers, and that is not the end of it, of course. There's still a lot of exposed economy over here for Valas, especially when the red player is only on 1 TC and won't be able to garrison so much of his economy. Meanwhile, JorDan is under a little bit of pressure himself. Valas' own knights are going for, but there's just so much catching up to do. And we have gotten to a position where JorDan actually is more than double the worker count compared to Valas. Yeah. Red player is still gonna keep on trying. Fervor's on the way now for JorDan as well. And there you are. Fantastic. Monks over there from Valas won't really achieve too much of anything. These are very pricey units to lose, and he's going to end up losing everything. Ends up getting a single conversion, and the knight gets instantly countered by JorDan's remaining units. So Valas goes on to call the GG. This is probably about 10 minutes later than I think a lot of people would have started assuming Valas was losing the game already, but he does end up calling the GG over there. Let's go and take a look at what we get for the achievements. Yeah, because we had to restore this one, we don't really have accurate readings over here, so let's just go back. And here we are. JorDan with Berbers, Valas with Turks. We'll see for JorDan, for his civilization. First off, this would be a good time to see what time the mainstream is at to know if we should be fast forwarding or not. But yeah, for game number 2, we have Berbers for JorDan. That means 15-20% cheaper stable unit production in the Castle and Imperial Ages. Thank you, T-Bot. We have on top of that 10% faster moving villagers for Berbers, and for the team bonus they get access to Janitor. That'll be about it for the relevant stuff. Valas, playing with Turks instead, he's got 25% faster working gold miners. 20% actually faster working, I believe. 25% extra HP instead on gunpowder units. They get free chemistry. Mainstream is not in game? Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. It's fine, it's fine. A minute ahead? Okay, we're gonna take a little bit longer then, between games 2 and 3. So yeah, what else for Turks? Free chemistry, a 50% discount on gunpowder units. They get the light cavalry and hussar upgrades for free, as well as 1 extra pierce armor on those units, and for the team bonus, 25% faster training gunpowder units. JorDan's the first one to go for the center resources over here. Is gonna be the only one trying to take advantage of it. Not necessarily. Valas already deleted some of the palaces over here, and he's sending some villagers forward. He deleted this, he pushed one of the deer over to the TC, and now he's coming in. He's gonna have to engage in a villager fight. We have 4 villagers for each player. The scouts are here as well for both these guys. And everything's full HP. First hit though is coming over from Valas against a villager over there. Now we have Loom coming up for JorDan and Valas. Valas doesn't have it, so JorDan actually brings a few extra villagers and he's going to commit to the center. Valas was trying to get some walls up over there to prevent JorDan from getting here, but JorDan, yeah, he gets here too quickly for Valas to do much of anything about it, and the bull player now should be in a good position, especially with Loom only now coming out for Valas. JorDan is looking stronger. Gonna see one villager going down for Valas. Very close to it. Remember, JorDan's villagers are quicker. 10% faster. So you can actually chase the villagers from Valas away. Valas cannot chase the villagers from JorDan. Or at the very least, he won't be able to catch up anyways. That's why JorDan's weak villager over here got away. Valas was able to get away with a weak villager over here as well, but that's not necessarily going to be the case every time. So let's take a look. Unit control over here, extremely important. There we go. Villager goes down from Valas already. It might not be the end of it. Good gate from JorDan. In the end, cannot get the villager. Valas' reaction over here was extremely swift as well. He deletes a few palaces, and JorDan's gonna be the one getting control of the center, trying to get the walls up here to prevent Valas from getting to the center anymore. Where's the villager boxing mod? The problem with the villager boxing mod, and I had it before, but the problem with it is that it doesn't... Capture-ish doesn't take the sounds, so it still sounds like they are fighting with knives, sorry. Even though they have boxing gloves. So I don't know, we could try and install it for the next series, but it was kind of awkward the time that I tried. And also against jaguars and, you know, that kind of stuff, it's kind of weird looking too. Doesn't matter, one boxing? Okay. The people have spoken. Just remind me after this game is over. After all, we need to wait for a minute, right? To make sure we don't get too far ahead from the main channel. Beautiful. Beautiful from JorDan. Even if the villager from Valas does not go down over here, it doesn't matter because he won't be able to make use of this one for a while. At this point in time, JorDan has lost his scout already, but he has 2 extra workers compared to Valas, who has struggled to keep the TC working and is getting housed right now even, so... That's going to extend to 3 extra workers already for JorDan. Yeah, and once again, more walls coming up over here, and JorDan is spending some villager time over here trying to take the villager down from Valas, yes. But Valas is ultimately going to end up losing this one. JorDan? Okay. He's not paying attention, never mind. Too late already. Villagers over there had a little bit of a mental lag for a moment. Village on the way for the bull player. Valas, not so much. JorDan's work account right now, 29, should be enough for him to fast castle. If he can manage to keep the remaining villagers working still. Back home, he's got fishermen over here working. So he's gonna keep on collecting more food over here. He's the only player with access to the center, so that's gonna be a lot of free food as well. And Valas is not in a great spot right now. He's got, of course, more villagers coming out, and eventually he's gonna be able to catch up to JorDan, but JorDan's gonna be 1 H higher, and he's gonna be on his way to the castle H, while Valas might not be able to even click up to the field H by the time JorDan is on the way to the castle H. Not quite, not quite. He's gonna get it. That's gonna be on his way to the field H, but JorDan, very, very shortly after, is gonna be on his way to the castle H as well, so still looking very, very good for the bull player, mind you. Yeah, in the end, JorDan's just trying to make sure the walls over here are still going to be under his control. So where are the buildings? He's got a stable coming up, a sneaky one on the left-hand side, very far away. Towers coming up at the center to try and control the crossing over here and potentially take the walls down, right? If he's able to take Valas' walls down over here, then JorDan's gonna find himself in a much better position. So we have the stable already. He's going for a blacksmith, taking his time. But this is gonna be on his way to the castle H before Valas even gets to the field H. So that is fantastic. Red player has managed to stabilize his economy somewhat, so he's gonna be on his way to the castle H very soon as well. But JorDan's got him beat by a lot. And also the fact that he is on the same work account despite being, you know, so far ahead in terms of the game age is nothing short of amazing for JorDan. This is a best of 5 as well, as you can see by the amount of dots underneath the scoreboard. So if Valas ends up losing this one, JorDan's gonna find himself only 1 game away from making it into the second stage of the replacement qualifier. Valas got the scout on the left-hand side. Let's see if he spotted this. Oh, he went a little bit too far, though. He did not spot the stable, did not spot the blacksmith. And he's going around the right-hand side, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be scouting the left-hand side again anytime soon. Yeah, JorDan's not getting the upgrades. I'm wondering if he's gonna try and make a play for economy over here instead. He doesn't really have the stone though. He's not been collecting it, so it wouldn't make sense. He could buy the stone maybe, and he's got almost enough wood to go for a second TC. And if he goes for it, he's already going to guarantee being ahead for the rest of the game, or at the very least for the vast majority of the game. So it wouldn't be bad necessarily, but I definitely would very much prefer to see instead the knights coming out. And he's going for knights, but yeah, he doesn't really have any upgrades. I guess he's probably trying to wait and see. He had the villager coming forward, right? So I think he was trying to get some vision over here to see if Valas was exposed anywhere. Because if he's bringing the knights, if he spends the resource to go for bloodlines, for scale barded armor, potentially chain barded armor, or maybe the attack upgrades, he comes in and finds out that Valas was actually not fishing and he was completely walled off, then JorDan would potentially have wasted the resources. So I understand that he tries to get some more vision before getting potentially extra upgrades. But he's going for a siege workshop, so he's committed, guys. It's going to be full aggression for JorDan. Yeah. Night siege. Yes, sir. Could be trying to go up to the Imperial Age, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. Honestly, I don't think he needs to though. Valas is the one who's gonna try to go up to the Imperial Age as soon as possible. Yes, JorDan's got the food right now, but if he's going to commit to unit production, then he won't be able to use it. So Valas doesn't really have the goal yet, and if he needs to save the resources to fast imp over here, JorDan's just going to clap him. If you didn't spend any of your resources going for defenses, right? Fast, it's going to be a fast imp into GG. I think I will tuck myself up into a warm pajama and go lurk. Alright, Baila. Hope you had a good birthday so far. I think JorDan mind game himself. He ends up losing one knight to the conversion. The knight's taken down. The scorpion that is so close. He was trying to get a heal over there. He got it, but could not get the scorpion down. Well played by JorDan. He keeps the scorpion up. He has not taken the villager down yet, interestingly enough. I think he forgot about her. Yeah, and here come the knights from JorDan. Valas is trying to get the quick walls up over there. He's gonna be able to do it just in time. However, his economy is a disaster though. Take a look at how much idle economy he's got between the garrison TC over here, the villagers standing idle over there. At the very least, he was able to catch up to JorDan for work count. But I would imagine gather economy time would be significantly higher for the Berber player right now, right? Yeah, by about 40 minutes. And JorDan's got a little bit of a surplus of food, yes. He's got a second TC on the way, so that's going to help make use of it. He's not really producing any extra knights, so he could potentially try and make a play for the Imperials. This is very awkward though. This is not what I would be expecting from JorDan, given his position going out to the castle age much earlier. I would be expecting him to go for either full economy or for aggression over here. But he's gone for a little bit of aggression. Now he's adding a second TC. Is yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say he's the only player who's gone for Horse Scholar, for instance, but JorDan's not really been making use of a farm, so it doesn't matter. Why not commit to 3 stable knights? Yeah, I know, right? Goes for another mangonel. Man, and both these players will be on their way to the Imperial Age very soon. I really don't understand, though, the reason behind the decision making for JorDan and Valas. Well, Valas I would understand if he tried to fast in, given how much later than JorDan he was going out to the Fuel Age, and how much he had to catch up for, right? So fast imping over here for Valas would have been good if he could have gotten like hand cannoneer out, bombard cannons potentially, but JorDan was in a much better position. He could have gone for extra TCs, could have gone for double, triple stable, full night production, and probably just take this game before Valas ever got to the Imperial Age. But now both these players are going to be going out to the Imperial Age and a fairly small amount of villagers. And this is, honestly, at this point, not really fast imping too much anymore. Especially considering the Grand Melee's settings. Nice snipe. And there we go. Imperial Age is on the way for Valas JorDan. If he uses his market, should be able to go out to the Imperial Age as well. Does he have a market actually? Nope. Actually, he does not have a market, so he needs to go for one. I don't understand it. I don't understand what JorDan's doing this game. Just seems like he got to the castle age so much earlier, and then he just decided to lie there. And hope for the best. Push very, very softly. 4 TCs coming out now for JorDan as well. Valas is only on 2, so maybe JorDan's gonna start getting ahead in economy at least, but once Valas gets to the Imperial Age, he'll get access to Bombard, Cannon, Hand Cannoneer. Good push. JorDan out of the center. Good start. Knocking on JorDan's door over here. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, not getting upgrades either. No bow saw. TC's on the way now for Valas and the castle. The castle's huge. Although I don't think it's necessary. He's got the siege workshop already. He can go for bombard cannons. This is going to help in the sense that he'll be able to go for double siege production right away. And JorDan's finally on his way to the Imperial Age. He is starting to get ahead in worker count. I'd not be surprised if this was accidentally Illy and the sheep dude playing instead of Valas and JorDan. The sheep dude, you mean the order of the sheep? I haven't really taken a look at the main stream too much beyond just raiding them 2 days ago, so I'm not really sure who the sheep dude would be. Yeah, the moment Valas gets to the Imperial Age, we're gonna see a bombard cannon and the trebuchet on the way. And JorDan. Well, he managed to get a cast of 4, right? But it's gonna be so much later to the Imperial Age, he probably will end up losing this one anyway. Beautiful. Bombard cannons coming out. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Just struggling for pathing. JorDan knows he's probably losing this one, so he's going for another castle on the back. He doesn't really have the means to protect this one. He's not even going to try. Not even sending villagers to try and repair it. So he's got his own castle coming up on the back. There we go. Fantastic. Fletching's coming in now for JorDan. Just gonna try and make the play for camel archers. Second castle on the way on the left hand side. Third technically. Second that he's still gonna be able to use. Here comes Valas, got Janissaries on the way now as well. And this push can be very strong. Camel Archers are a fantastic unit, yes. But so are Janissaries. And this is such an unusual matchup, right? I don't think I have ever seen Camel Archers against Janissaries. I would imagine because of the mobility and the fact that Camel Archers are affected by ballistics while Janissaries aren't. JorDan should be in a better position over here overall. Unfortunately for him, doesn't really have quite as much range, so he would have to close the gap quite a bit to fight the Janissaries off. So we'll see. A lot of it's going to come down to unit control, as it's often the case. And here comes Valas. He's bringing the bombard cannons. He's bringing the trebuchets. Single castle for Valas still. Doesn't really have too many Janissaries. And just the fact that Valas is ahead in score is nothing short of incredible at this point. Like, it's quite literally very hard to believe, given JorDan's position earlier in the game. And there we go. We see the Janissaries coming in. We see the Camel Archers. And Come on, just going after the villagers right away. Good unit control. Good unit control. I actually be able to clean these units up. Trying to make use of the split formation over there. He's taking the Johnny Tower down. Good. Bombard cannon shot over there. And the camel archers will end up delaying this castle, but not denying it, alright. There we go. Only 2 villages left over there. I can't help but think that JorDan actually would have been able to deny this one if he had tried to just focus the villagers and kind of ignore the Janissaries. In the end, the castle comes up though, and JorDan falls behind the military count, and Valas has caught up. He has completely caught up. He's ahead of the military count. He's the one putting pressure. He's the one with the score lead. Valas has managed to bring this game back with a little bit of help from his opponent. As JorDan's undecisiveness, unfortunately, is going to cost him his lead. And Valas, well, Valas is going to take advantage of it as well. You gotta be able to take advantage of something like that as well. Otherwise, Valas could probably have just idle just as much himself as well. But he's done a good job taking advantage of it. Seizing the opportunity. He's got now a much better position over here, much stronger push, and the Janissaries are going to keep on massing as he's got 2 castles to produce from. Meanwhile, JorDan's got a single castle to potentially go for camel archers from. There we go. Yeah, no imp upgrades for the camel units either. No bracer. No armor whatsoever. And JorDan's going around though with the camel archers he's got left. Manages to get some villages down on the right hand side towards the south. Could potentially make use of the mobility of these units to come in and try to get some extra villages. That is actually a lot of exposed economy from Valas. It wouldn't be the worst. If JorDan just brought the camels over, he will be able to take a bunch of villages down over here. It's just not... He's decided not to go for it. No elite either. Correct. Funny thing is, JorDan could still win. Technically, well, the game is not over, but Valas is the one with momentum for sure. Keeps on putting more and more pressure. Interestingly enough though, Valas is going mainly for economy and is not really prioritizing Janissary production quite as much. It's got only 1 queued up. So what is JorDan's plan over here? He's got a heavy plow already, as we see him make a heavy play for farm, of course. Valas instead. He's got heavy plow. He's got double bit axe. Does not have a bolster though. JorDan doesn't either. And we see chain bar the armor coming up. JorDan might be thinking of adding some melee cavalry into the mix. JorDan trying to increase chat interaction by confusing everyone. If anybody had any idea what JorDan was trying to do this game, I'd very much appreciate you guys enlighten me, because I have absolutely no clue and I'm not really sure if anybody ever would understand this. I think the only way in which we would see, or we would get a glimpse into JorDan's mind and his reasoning behind his decision making this game would be if he ends up winning this one, the series, right? And if there was a winner interview, but because these are recorded games, I don't think that Joe's necessarily going to be available for an interview. And I don't think the main channel's been going for interviews, right? Yeah, still no upgrades. He's just going to go for Hazard now. He wants a meat shield. There we go. This is going down. Valas doesn't even need to employ the trebuchets here. The bombard cannons alone, it's going to supplies. And the Janissaries are just getting away with so much damage. Check this out. all the villagers completely crumbling over there. What a beautiful army. You don't get to see this every day, I'll tell you though. Janissaries, while they are very strong, are usually not the type of unit you see in too high numbers very often. Usually you see them in a very small amount on, you know, on arena games. Here we go. Extra stables coming up, so he's just going for full Hussar. Is this going to suffice though? You know, that actually would have been a very, very nice spot for Valas to try to land some bar cannon shots against camel archers over here. He didn't do it though. Yeah, he's trying, And JorDan's gotta be careful, man, because if he takes one too many hits over here from the bar cannons, actually he ends up losing so many units. Here we go. Guys should be going down, staying up because of the hill advantage for significantly longer than it probably would have otherwise, of course. But Valas is taking it down no matter what, and even if JorDan was able to keep the castle up over here for a little bit longer, take a look at the stone count over here and how dramatically it's going down extremely quickly for JorDan as well. So that castle is going to remain a stone pit so long as he keeps on trying to repair. Meanwhile, Valas doesn't care. It's free for him to keep on attacking over here. Doesn't have to pay for the cannonballs, for the boulders. So this is not going down. It's still going to be very expensive for JorDan to keep up. And Valas is looking great, guys. It seems like he's going to end up taking game number 2. He starts making a play for Hussar himself as well. He's got a bunch of these coming out. Where are the stables? We see a counter raid over here from JorDan. Probably not going to survive for much longer. Yeah, we have the stables over here for Valas. And the Hussar are looking great. And what a great performance for the red player, completely capitalizing on JorDan's undecisiveness. And the blue player losing the castle over there is going to have only one to keep on going for camel archers from, and he goes on to call the GG. What a game though. What I still do not understand anything about this game. I think it's probably the most confusing one that I have seen in a while, but Valas capitalizes on every opportunity he got this one. JorDan kind of dropping the ball out there, at the very least it seemed like it, and allows Valas to catch up and equalize the series. 1-1 right now. Going for the achievements for this one. We'll see a 3-to-2 KD ratio for Valas. For the economy, a stronger economy for Valas as well by quite a bit. For society, yeah, we have a stronger villager max count for JorDan. And he ended up taking the most losses. So towards the end of the game, he actually was significantly lower in villager count compared to Valas. Well done. And yeah, the new sound settings are basically out of necessity. In the past few months, whenever we would have very long streams, my voice would get so tired and my vocal folds would kind of swell after the very long streams because I would have to be so loud all the time. But right now I'm talking very softly and you should still be able to hear me just fine, right? Regardless, welcome you guys in, everyone, to game number, there we go, 3. JorDan's playing with Mayans, Valas is playing with Gurjaras towards the northwest and southeast respectively for these civilizations. We'll see for JorDan. First off, 1 extra villager upon starting the game. Besides that, we also get, for the civilization, 50 less food, however, because of it. They have 15% longer lasting resources, In addition to that, we have 10, 20, 30% cheaper archer units in the feudal castle in Imperial Ages. Sounds fine? Great. Team bonus for Mayans will also give them a discount on walls, while for Valas Civilization, the Gujaras over here, they'll be able to garrison herdables inside the mills to collect food passively. They're going to have 40% extra bonus damage or higher bonus damage from mounted units, and we also see for them extra berries upon starting the game, so they are not quite as reliant on the herdables, right? And they are able to just garrison these, and we'll see that Valas has already gone and garrisoned the starting herdables over here. We talked about this in the past few times already, but one of the differences between the Grand Melee and Warlords, and one of the reasons why the Grand Melee is closer to Deep Waters League format compared to Warlords, is that players will begin with what would be the equivalent of 6 sheep at the beginning of the game, so 6 herdables only. That means that compared to Warlords, where the players will begin with 8 herdables from the very beginning, despite the fact that they already had 9 villagers and they were supposed to be in a position comparable to 2.5 minutes into the game, what we see for the Grand Melee and for Deep Waters League is that players begin with 3 herdables underneath the TC, 2 herdables still left to scout, and it's as if they had already taken 3 herdables, right? Up until that point, in a sense. Predictions are on, guys. For the next 2.5 minutes, you can still use your channel points to predict who you think is going to win game number 3, JorDan. Option 1, Valas. Option 2. So if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, you can put some channel points where your math is. PLH is coming up for both these guys. Valas is going up a little bit faster though. And what to expect over here? He is not making a play for gold whatsoever, so most likely it's just going to be scouts for him. Let's take a look at the map generation before we get too far into it. And let's start with the blue player. So what do we get over here for JorDan? Well, he's got 1 gold on the back. This map is going to be full of gold around the map for sure, so it's not going to be game ending, right, if you don't have the most gold available at the very beginning. As you can see, the players only begin with 2 mines of gold, 2 mines of stone over here, and then the berries are on the back for JorDan as well over here, so everything is kind of on the back and it's looking pretty good for, yeah, the blue player. Taking a look at Valas instead, it's not quite as good though. He's got the golds kind of forward or exposed in some sense. And the stones are exposed. The only thing that he's got on the back are the berries. It's already gone on to wall the lumberjacks over here, and interestingly enough, he is gonna make a play for archers in the end. He makes a transition to gold miners. When he gets to the fuel age, he goes for the archer range, while JorDan on the other hand, JorDan's going for the archer range over here as well. And you wouldn't really expect much of anything else from Mayans. After all, they do not really have too many options in the fuel age, right? I think the new audio settings are like this since about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. So it's not too recent, in any case. But it's been great. It's been a game changer for me, for sure. And I've been told that the audio is a little bit more clear right now. It's a little bit clear for speech, that is, for my voice. So hopefully that is good. There are still a few improvements coming up in terms of audio settings for my channel in the future. It's just stuff that I haven't really gotten around setting up yet. But yeah, hopefully that's going to help as well. John's taking the time though to go for a full wall over here. Meanwhile, Valas is going for the walls on the right hand side. The left hand side is still very much open. However, because both these players are going for archers, it's gonna take some time for them to mass enough units to be confident in going out into the open. So that means that both players will still have probably enough time to wall themselves, right? Valas is taking a little bit longer, yes. But I don't think this is too bad. Camp's going underneath the TC, walking away. And JorDan's finally closing this. In a moment, he's going to be completely walled up. So very uneventful overall. While Valas had a possibility of making a play for scouts over here, come forward and try to put some pressure. He decided to go for archers as well, and against Mayans, that is interesting for sure, and kind of ballsy in a sense. Remember that Mayans get a discount to archers. The field H already 10%, the castle H already 20%, so the resources both these players spend trying to go for archers will be significantly different than JorDan. JorDan's looking stronger still. Remains one worker ahead. He's gonna be the first player with enough resources to go up to the castle age. So Val's playing passively over here seems kind of weird. Yeah, and Valas is not even going forward at all. So what is the plan here? There we are. Valas is finally moving forward though, and JorDan is on his way to the castle age, going for the second barracks. You know exactly what to expect from an American civilization in the castle age, and Valas probably knows this too. There we go. By the time Valas finally decides to move on, JorDan has already had enough time to completely wall himself up. There we go. Beautiful. Valas does end up cleaning up JorDan's units. But of course, the whole player gets to the castle age, and what do we expect to see? Full-on Eagle production. He's got the third barracks already up. Monastery is coming up as well in case Valas decides to make a play for cavalry once he gets to the castle age. However, it's not going to be just for that. There is a lot of extra economy around in the form of relics. This map specifically actually has way more than 5 relics compared to a standard map. So if we take a look at exactly how many we have over here. Wait, where is the relic? Over here on the right hand side somewhere. Let me select a relic. Yeah, there we go. There's one over here. There are 10 relics in this map. So certainly trying to get a hold of as many as you can is going to be the way to go. And here come the Eagles. We already have the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Not even scale mill armor yet though. But he might actually still be able to get away with some damage over here. So long as he stays somewhat away from the TC. Only 2 units for the time being, and JorDan's production is not looking particularly strong. He's not going for extra TCs, but there we go now. He's starting to commit. Beautiful. Fantastic. There you are. The Eagle ends up taking an archer down over there. Cleaning up the archers up in the north as well. And JorDan's gonna keep on going for more. He needs to keep on trying to queue as many as possible as well. There we go. Gotta be careful. And the Shiransha Riders are coming out, guys. These Eagle Warriors. If you get chainmail armor, they're going to be significantly stronger against these units. But right now, we are still missing the upgrades, and JorDan It's kind of an underwhelming kind of production over here, though. At this point in time, you would be expecting him to be closing in on 20 Eagle Warriors already, but he struggled big time. He's tried to prioritize the relic collection over here, so it's once again pretty similar to game number 2 in a sense, where he doesn't really commit to one thing in particular, and that results in the push over here being kind of underwhelming from JorDan. But do you have the lost screen music? That is irritating, not gonna lie. It's just part of the soundtrack of the game. I have the soundtrack of the game and it just plays randomly. Yeah, I can remove that from the playlist if more people also find it annoying, for sure. Just let me know. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there is no music in the background actually, so you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Here comes JorDan though. Now he's starting to get to the numbers that I was talking about earlier. And Valas, so far, he's been able to defend himself just fine. He's got the second TC already up, so he's gonna start pulling ahead in worker count. And this could be the opportunity for JorDan. If he comes forward with more Eagle Warriors, if he keeps on producing as well, should find himself in a pretty good spot. That's not a lot of Srivansha Riders, plus the Knight over here. Actually, what am I talking about? The Monk over here, though, from JorDan. Goes down right away to the Scouts. Are these light cavalry? These are light cavalry. Yes. Go down right away, but we take a look at the Eagle Warriors over here. They are still going to come out on top, though, against Valas' units. The Srivansha Riders, not looking the strongest. Some units from Valas going forward, trying to put pressure. Oh, he gets a monk down as well. Valas, that is, at the center of the map. And JorDan is still, though, is still the one with the highest potential for damage. He's coming in, managed to breach through the walls. He's gotta be careful. The Srivansha Riders over here will try and defend. They're not going to be enough, though, as we talked. Eagle Warriors over here are still very strong, and imagine what that would have been like if he had gotten chainmail armor already, but it's not necessary so far. He's still been able to get the better trades. And here he comes as well. On the left-hand side, it's open too. We see the Eagles coming in. That's going to be a big group of units from JorDan finally getting to the race that he should have gotten before. So he was delayed by trying to collect the relics. It took a little bit longer for him to get to the numbers he needed, but now he's in a much better position. Fantastic. How many villages have these Eagle Warriors taken so far? Well, the surviving ones have taken 6, but I'm pretty sure many of the ones that died probably took a few extra villages as well. So Valas is definitely in a very precarious spot over here. 13 Srivansha Riders. JorDan's gonna keep on producing Eagle Warriors by the minute from all 3 barracks. That means that he should be able to counter the Srivansha Riders over here without too many issues. How many stables do we have actually for Valas? We have 2 stables for the red player. 30 on the way now for JorDan as well. Valas is still on 2. So JorDan is actually able to produce from all 3 TCs if he's actually able to keep Eagle production as well. That'd be ideal. Here comes another engagement. We have the monks though this time around. Does not manage to get a single Srivansha converted. I think he got one. He got one and he lost one of the monks, but still JorDan is coming out on top, and it's not even close. Another barracks is coming up at the center of the map. JorDan's production increases thus by 33%. Plus, with the Siege Workshop, we'll see a Manuel coming out over here in JorDan. Should be in a fantastic position. And he most likely will. Here we are. Beautiful. JorDan's definitely the one in the driver's seat over here. He's got all the momentum in this game. Guys coming up for Valas right now, defensive one. It's coming up though. But it's not going to change the fact that JorDan's looking much stronger over here. How so? With the extra TC, JorDan already has managed to get ahead in work account. Even if he lost all the Eagle Warriors over here, these guys have already managed to get so much damage down so far that JorDan from this position, if you just take a snapshot of the game at this point and then just play from here on, he's gonna be the first one to collect enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age. Once he gets there, of course, he'll be able to go for trebuchets. He's got a castle on the way now as well. He's collecting stone quite heavily with 9 stone miners, so he should be able to go for a 4 castle very soon once he gets enough to go for a second one. So yeah. Here he comes, he's roaming around. Beautiful, Shivan, just go down right away. And JorDan's gonna keep on going though for more Eagle Warriors. He's producing from 5 barracks right now. He could be saving the resources to go up to the Imperial Age instead. He decides to go for full pressure over here. And to be fair, this castle is only going to provide protection to so much of Valas' economy. Plus, if we take a look at the TCs and the castles combined, this is the whole range of all 3 fortifications combined. Valas, if he gets Balkan Arrow, is going to cover a little bit more ground from the castle. But there's still a lot of economy over here exposed, right? Over here, the lumberjacks, the farmers. There we go. And he will keep on taking more villages. Valas struggle to get ahead. Or to even keep on getting more villages out. Because 1 minute ago, when we took a look at the work account for both these players, and JorDan was getting ahead, he was on 68 workers, I think. 69 workers, and Valas was on 61. That was a few minutes ago, and Valas has since struggled to grow his economy. So, even with JorDan never went to the Imperial Age, he should find himself in a much better spot. He takes the TC down over here, so now we have only 1 castle and 1 TC for Valas to defend himself with. An extra TC is on the right hand side, and JorDan, he's going to run into it right away. And he was probably expecting this, right? He pushes Valas on the left hand side. He expects Valas to make a play for the right hand side. He goes for an Eagle Warrior over there. He spots it right away too. Neko KD is absolutely fantastic for JorDan. It's 11-1 right now. What am I talking about? It's actually 21-1. There we go. And he brings the Eagles, of course. And Valas won't be able to do anything over here. So guys, the game is looking kind of over. It's kind of similar to game number 1 as well, where Valas is going to keep on trying. After all, whoever moves on over here is going to have a pretty decent chance at making it into the main event. But JorDan? Yeah, JorDan's gonna very soon be on his way to the Imperial Age, while still producing an incredible amount of Eagle Warriors over here. He's got 27 Eagles, while Valas got 5 Shrivansh Riders, plus JorDan finally went for chainmail armor a moment ago, so these are significantly stronger. These are significantly more resilient against TC and Castle Fire as well, so it doesn't seem like there is too much over here for Valas to do, in all honesty. I wouldn't be surprised if Valas was to call the GG over here before JorDan got to the Imperial Age, but if he doesn't, I am 99% sure that Valas will call the GG the moment JorDan hits the Imperial Age. Because from this position, with that much of a score lead, Valas must know exactly what JorDan is up to. Yeah, more relics for JorDan as well. Indeed. So everything's going well for the bull player. And by taking game number 3, JorDan will put himself, of course, 1 point away from taking the series over here. Meanwhile, Valas will still have game number 4 to try and catch up once again. Yeah, this is a GG moment, for sure. And there's a reason the map is called Graveyard. You can see it right away. What do you even do against this man? It'll be cool if in this map, for every villager that goes down, a new like tombstone comes up. Is Trivansha the best answer the Gujaras have? I would say so, because otherwise, I mean, they could potentially go for chakram throwers. That would be absolutely amazing, but they would need a castle for that. For a comparable cost, you know, for any other standard type of unit, Trivanshas are probably going to be the best unit for Valas, yeah. He goes on to call it GG. It was only a matter of time, and 19 seconds from now, JorDan was going to get to the Imperial Lich, and Valas was going to call it anyway, so... Game number 3 does go up for JorDan over here. That's going to be 2-1 for the bull player. Let's go and take a look at the achievements. And we'll see a better KD for Valas over there in the end. Didn't really matter though. Didn't really matter. Yeah, chakram throwers would actually be kind of unstoppable from Valas if you manage to get a good amount of those. But it's very tricky because he's fighting against Mayans, who are much more cost effective as a civilization. They are much more efficient. JorDan was the first player to get villagers down. He was the first player to get ahead, start going for extra economy as well. So Valas wasn't really going to be able to catch up, and this is very rough overall. Much stronger economy for JorDan, of course. 17,109 extra resources for JorDan this game. Damn! Lost 2 villagers throughout the game. Meanwhile, Valas ended up losing 50. Let's go figure. 25 to 1. Key the ratio in favor of JorDan. Well played. Let's go back. And there we go. Welcome you guys into game number 4 match point already. JorDan playing with Poles. Valas playing with Bohemians. Why 9? Something like 5 or at least 7 seems to be more reasonable. It's not just a random number. There's a very good reason for 9. Most of the strategies you go for, most of the builds you go for are going to begin with the same first 9 villagers. 6 on food and 3 on wood. And then from that point onwards, you can add more to wood, you can add more to food, depending if you want to go for archers, if you want to go for scouts, if you want to go for men-at-arms. There are some very, very niche strategies that will require you to actually just send 2 villagers to wood. So maybe 8 villagers at the very beginning will be more permissive in terms of what strategies you can go for from that point onwards, but the vast majority of the builds, the generic builds, are going to have the same task for the first 9 villagers. So that is why. That is also exactly the point in time at which you start going for the boars as well. You go for 6 on sheep, 3 on wood, then the next village goes to the boar, right? So there is a reason for it for sure. You can certainly make an argument about an 8 villager start, I think. But any lower than that is probably not going to make much of a difference. And the whole point of having extra villagers at the very beginning is to kind of speed up the early stages of the game. You need some time for scouting in your game plan. And there is a little bit of extra scouting done already, because by the time you get to 9 villagers, most of the times you're going to be scouting your own resources anyway. So you should still be able to go forward and scout your opponent if you wanted to as well, but... yeah, I think with 8 villagers, once again, that will mitigate that a little bit. Dragon Star, man, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you guys coming from Dragon Star stream have a good time. And yeah, the one thing that having a 9 villager start kind of impacts negatively is the possibility of laming. Because you already are at a point in time where you go for the boars right away. And because you start already with a little bit of extra scouting done, it's much harder to get away with laming. Yes, that is true. That is probably the one thing that gets affected the most, I would say. Sometimes players early on, they're just going to take on the 4 sheep, and they will send the scout forward right away to try and get lame. And that is not really going to be possible over here with a 9 villager start. Now that that's downside, depends on who you ask, right? Some people are very keen on laming. Some people absolutely hate it. So depending on who you ask, it's going to be either a good thing or a bad thing. Down the Dukes matchup. All right, yeah, true. So what do we get? JorDan playing with Pulse is going to have HP regeneration on villagers 5, 10, 15, 20 HP per minute in the Darkfield Castle and Imperial Ages. Besides that, for Pulse, we get access to Folwark. They get 0.5 units of gold collected per unit of stone that they mine. And then for the team bonus, Pulse are also going to have 1 bonus damage against archer units from Scotland units. Valas playing with Bohemians will get instead free mining camp upgrades, access to chemistry and hand cannoneer in the castle age, as well as fervor and sanity affecting villagers. A 100 wood discount on blacksmiths and universities, and then finally we see for Bohemians also 25% higher bonus damage from spearline units, while for the team bonus they get 80% faster working markets. So let's take a look at the map generation, starting with Mr. JorDan. What do we get? We'll see the main goal is kind of forward. We have second goal over here on the back. And then for stone, we have the main stone on the right-hand side, secondary stone outside, as it's often going to be the case, and the secondary goal outside as well. I think the goal over here is a little bit too far away to get potentially scouted from outside the walls. The stone, not so much. So if the stones are potentially scouted over here from outside the walls by Valas' unit, right, if we take a look at his point of view, you'll see that he'll try to go as close to the walls as possible, but he's not going to spot this just yet. Once he gets, though, to the castle age, he's going to have enough vision to spot this easy. This one, not so much. So, if he spots the stone over there, and if Valas was the one to try and make a play for a forward castle, and he spotted the stone over there, a good location for a castle will be somewhere around here, where he will be able to deny this stone, and he will be able to deny this stone. Now, as a byproduct of going for a castle over here to deny both of these stones, he would actually be able to deny this gold as well, so that'd be good for him, but that's not something that he would willingly go for, right? Taking a look at the map generation for Valas, on the other hand, we'll see for the red player that he's got the main stone on the back, which is great. We have a secondary gold over here on the back as well, so that's going to be safe. And then for the rest of the resources, the main goal is forward for him. And I think this is too far away to get spotted from outside the walls. Meanwhile, the remaining secondary stone is going to be outside. Remaining secondary gold is going to be outside, as is often the case. There isn't really any exposed resources over here that will give JorDan much insight into where a good castle location would be, and given the fact that he's playing Pulse, that is actually kind of tragic a little bit for JorDan. But we'll see. We'll see what we get. Castle is coming up a little bit faster for Valas. Not by a huge margin, though. It's only going to be about 20 seconds fast for him. There we go. Castle Age here for Valas. And what do we get? A monastery right away. He did not go for a stable before, so he doesn't really have too much map presence. Meanwhile, JorDan was the one to go for a stable. He's got already 3 scouts out. He's gonna go for light cavalry very soon. And the monastery is on the way for him as well. JorDan's been collecting stone a little bit, while Valas, not so much. Which means JorDan might be the one to go for extra TCs over here. Potentially up to 4 TCs. Valas is gonna be confined to only 3, so long as he doesn't utilize the market to buy a little bit of extra stone. We'll find out. There we go. Good defense for Valas. Unlikely he'll be able to do too much with this though. And JorDan's not going for light cavalry yet, which means the scouts are not quite as strong. They'll take 3 hits to take the monk down. JorDan does have 2 TCs on the way already though, and Valas is going for the 3rd TC right now, so both players should remain somewhat close in worker count. Even if Valas gets ahead a little bit because of the hit start to villager production by getting the 2nd TC up, by the time JorDan gets the 3rd TC up himself, it's going to allow him to keep up with villager production against Valas, and that should allow him to prevent Valas from getting any extra workers. Still though, even if Valas manages to get ahead just by 3 or 4 workers, that is still going to represent a few extra resources per minute for him, and potentially a few hundred after 10 minutes or so. So we'll see. JorDan's been able to collect 1 relic already. On the right hand side we have 2 that are still somewhat close to his map. And if we take a look at the point of view from Valas, he knows about the monk and he's going after it! It's gonna take 3 hits, but he will take the monk down. And that scout has taken a lot of damage over here. Meanwhile, up in the north, Valas was trying to go for the relic, and he got it! He got it! That was so close. JorDan realizes about it, though. And we'll see instant retaliation. As JorDan's bringing the scout over here, he will take the monk down and just pick the relic. Feels bad for Valas, man. That'll be the 3rd relic for JorDan as well, so we have 2 still out for grabs over here, and it doesn't seem like Valas will be able to get a single relic, right? Oh, wait a moment. No. Right, JorDan hadn't collected the one down south over here because he got the monk sniped. And in the end, Valas will be able to get 1 of the relics. Nice. Well done. Monk's going down over here though. Beautiful snipe from Valas. This is pretty much guaranteed for JorDan anyway. Yeah, and he's collecting the one to the south, so this is the only one that's going to be somewhat contested, but it's so much closer to JorDan's base. And JorDan, I do not really understand why he's got the scouts so far away over here. They're not really doing anything. Just bring the scout over to the relic, man. There we go. He's going for it now. Spots the monk. He's going for it, and the monk's going down. There we go. Good fervor? Yeah, he's getting it now. A little bit too late, I would say, but I don't think it would have changed much of anything, though. Up in the north, he was still going to end up getting cleaned up, and down the south, he managed to get away with the relic anyway. Now he's getting it because the villagers get affected by it. That's going to make his economy a little bit stronger. And we were talking about the possibility of a 4 TC for JorDan. He managed to get it up. Given the fact that Valas is only 4 workers ahead at this point in time, JorDan should be able to catch up in just a moment, and from that point onwards start getting ahead. Bohemians are an amazing civilization for this map, and in this matchup they can be extremely strong as well. Remember the 25% extra bonus damage from Halberdier in the Imperial Age will make Valas' civilization deadly. He can go for that. He can go for bombard cannons. He can go for halberdier bombard cannons. Huvnita, potentially. And JorDan. JorDan can basically just go for Schlachta privileges cavalry though. No wonder. Given the civilizations, Valas chose Arena as a home map. Or the other way around, actually. They pick the maps first. Guess it's coming out for JorDan. Same aim time for both these guys. 1 second faster for JorDan. Negligible difference. And with the castle coming up, we'll see Schlachta privileges. Very soon we'll see more stables coming up. He's going for a blacksmith. For scale and chain bar than armor. The castle's coming up. Yes, sir. By the way, guys, there are confirmed series for the Double Cup 3 for tomorrow. Starting 13 GMT, I believe. Let me check. Yeah. So if you would like to see that, let me know. I need to figure out if I want to cast that or if I want to cast this. Although this is going to begin at a later time. The first series for tomorrow for Double Cup 3 is going to begin at 13 GMT. That is 4 hours before the replacement qualifier sets. So it's a little bit too early to cast it and then have an uninterrupted stream. So I think we will probably do that as a recorded game, as a recorded series rather. But the second series for tomorrow is going to take place at 17:30 GMT. There we go. Imperial Age is here for both these guys. Pikemen are coming out already for Valas. We were expecting to see exactly this. Pikemen and Hubnita. And how do you counter that as JorDan? Well, it's going to be pretty difficult. He's going to start going for Obuk, which are great against any pipeline units. Yeah, and Petar's on the way for JorDan, interestingly enough. So yeah, the Obuk are going to be great against pikemen, of course. But production is going to be a little bit constrained because you can only produce it from the castle. If he gets enough time, though, he should be able to get to the numbers he needs to potentially start pushing against Valas. He's got a trebuchet already over here. And Hubnita is on the way for Valas. Yes, sir. There we go. Cast comes up over here, already for Valas. In JorDan's trebuchet. Got enough range already to target the castle right away. Well done. Beautiful. Oh, I think Valas just took his own wall down over there with the Hubnita. So this is actually open. There's a little bit of a choke point over there. He was trying to make a little bit of a fortress over here so that he can actually target the trebuchet from within his fortification. And Wagenburg Tactics is coming out right now for JorDan, for Valas, sorry, as well. This will make it so that his gunpowder units move 15% faster. So it's going to go from 0.7 over here to 0.8. Great way to defend. It's working for the time being. I'm still curious as to what JorDan is going to do over here. He doesn't seem to have enough range to target the castle from there, so won't be able to do too much. He's going for Cavaliers, so we will see cavalry spam from JorDan. And Valas doesn't really have too many pikemen. anymore. For the most part, he's making a play for hand cannoneer so that he can counter the Obu. So he's got pikemen for cavalry. He's got hand cannoneer for infantry. And JorDan, once he gets enough though, and he's going for cavalier, once he gets enough units over here, he's going to unleash the petards. He's going to bust through. He's going to come in and start getting the raids going. Very historical bastion. Yeah! Indeed, this actually reminds me of Ninja Papyrus 4 mission from the Normans, I think. It's open though! It's open! Oh man, Valas. He's got the hand cannoneer over there, yes. JorDan will get pushed away for the time being. And here come the cavalier, guys. Where are the petards from JorDan? He's coming in though. The gate is open and the cavalier are coming up. Choke point over there will make it very difficult for JorDan to get too much damage done, especially now with halberdier. Valas is in a much better position. That was awful for JorDan. That was atrocious. He ends up getting completely wiped out over there without really achieving much of anything in terms of damage. The hand cannoneer with the choke point over there were in a pretty good spot. And then the halberdier with 25% extra bonus damage finished the job. .45 walls coming up here for Valas as well, and plate mail armor. Meanwhile, JorDan just gonna continue going for cavalier extremely heavily. And where are the petards? The petards are over here. Needs to make use of this. Otherwise, the cavalier cannot really achieve much of anything. One thing that I would like to see though would be for JorDan to try and keep all the units from Valas up in the north. And then, let's see if he can get a Hunitsa down over here. He's gonna try. Cannot do it. Damn, the halberdier are too strong. So just try to get the units up in the north over here, and then he uses the petards to bust through over here down the south. Come in with the cavalier, and because the mobility of the units, he should be able to start getting damage much earlier. Then Valas is gonna be able to bring the halberdier to defend. There we go. Cavalier coming in once again. The quick walls though coming up from Valas do not connect. So Hunitsa are in danger. Are they though? The halberdier are doing a really good job. Not only against the cavalier, but as a meat shield against the Obuk. Yeah, the Obuk will take the halberdier down, but so long as the halberdier provide the meat shield for the hand cannoneer to work out of, the Obuk are not going to have a chance over there, and in the end, it goes in favor of Valas. And not even close. He's gotten a much, much better KD over here, even if it's JorDan the one to put the most pressure right now. There we go. Beautiful. Got scrambles now from JorDan, from Valas to JorDan's trebuchets. JorDan's gonna start going for arbalisters himself. And it's just a whack-a-mole kind of play over here. The players just trying to counter each other, and JorDan trying to catch up. Valas trying to keep up as well. And so far, it's been favoring the bull player. Valas is being confined to play behind the walls over here only, and JorDan on the other hand should be in a very good spot. Taking the walls down over here will allow him to come in with the cavalier, start raiding. And because he's gotten the fortification down over here, the castle down from Valas as well. The population situation over here for Valas is not looking particularly great. He needs to start going for a few houses. And he's not! He's not going for houses anywhere! Seems like he won't be able to even stay at 185 population anyway. JorDan's in a better spot. And it's a very slow transition, but he's going to eventually get fully upgraded Arbalesters over here. He's got Baki and Arrow coming up. Chemistry now on the way for JorDan as well, so we could potentially see some gunpowder coming out from him. Like I already see here for JorDan too, remember? Poles get Lahitic Legacy from the castle in the Imperial Age, the unique technology that gives their scout line units blast radius as well, so that could be good. Beautiful, the Cavalier completely dominating. Even we have the Halberdier coming up over here, they were able to take a lot of the hand cannoneer down. JorDan's bringing the Arbalesters though, but he was not able to bring these in alongside the Cavalier. So it's a little bit of a struggle over here still for the Bull player to get past the walls, but he is looking much stronger. You take a look at the current population and Valas has gone down to 120 pop. And even lower than that just a moment ago. Meanwhile, JorDan is completely booming. It's gonna be in 200 population in a moment. Once again, because of the privileges, the Cavalier are coming in pretty cheaply. And I'm not really sure if he's got a Lahitic Legacy yet. I think probably not, because he went for light cavalry, but he did not go for the units. Siege Engineers on the way now for JorDan as well. Who needs a shot? Getting like 7 Cavalier at once? Not quite. Was not paying attention at that specific point. If you can tell me where it took place, we can take a look at it after the game is over. Probably about 40 minutes into the game, right? I'm all in for the big booms, so we'll take the time to do so. Valas is holding, but what is his push condition? In my opinion, Halberdier and Hubnitsa should have been enough. But JorDan's Obuk over here, Obuk play, force Valas into a little bit of a knock-war army composition. It's not bad. The hand cannoneer are certainly going to help over here, obviously. But he cannot really maximize his chance for push over here, because this unit is not going to be usually the type of unit to push with. It's usually going to be the type of unit to defend yourself with. And there we go, Winged Hussar is here for JorDan. He's got Lahitic Legacy. So now these guys, they get splash damage. 0.5 area of effect damage. Are we hoping JorDan disconnects? Yeah, kind of similar to games 1 and 3, right? When it looked so much better for JorDan, but Valas kept on trying. He's going to keep on trying over here as well. To be fair though, that is also what allowed him to take game number 2. It was looking much better for JorDan, yet Valas was able to make the play work. JorDan's 200 population still. Valas at the very least was able to get up to 150 again. From as low as 118 or so before. Beautiful raids over here from JorDan. And here he comes once again, trying to get us around going. The Cavalier trying to get to the hand cannoneer, cannot do it. The Halberdier providing fantastic protection, and Valas is being able to defend himself really well so far. What is the problem for Valas? Without map control, he runs out of gold. After he takes the golds that he begins with, and that puts him in a very precarious position. While JorDan, on the other hand, JorDan's got access to extra gold still. Yes, he's got access to this gold. This is the secondary, one of the secondary golds from Valas. JorDan's collecting from it already, and he's been able to get a bunch. You take a look at the resource over here. It's already managed to get 1,300 resources, 1,200 resources out of this. And then on the back, of course, JorDan still has, in case he gets pushed away from here, JorDan still has this gold, and he still has extra gold over here as well. So that is very unfortunate for a civilization that is so reliant on gold as Bohemians are, right? The Humnids are not particularly cheap. The hand cannoneer obviously are not the greatest unit to go for if you don't have access to gold. And especially with Valas having only one relic, so the game is still very much favoring JorDan. And it's been pretty rough. Many of the Humnids have been going down to the trebuchet shots. Valas, good unit control is going to allow him to take the trebuchets down anyway, but he's still looking a lot over here. Another Humnitsa went down over there to the trebs. And seems like it's not even going to be the end of it. It's JorDan's roaming around with the Cavalier. Get into the back. Get into the Humnitsa right away. He will end up taking these, and Valas won't have enough units to work with anymore. That is another one potentially going down. Let's see. On the left-hand side. Yeah. Both Humnitsa went down already to JorDan's Cavalier. And JorDan doesn't really care about losing the Cavalier because he can replenish these. He's the only player with access to gold still. Plus, Cavalier for Poles after going for Shlachta privileges are going to be so cheap that it doesn't really make too much of a difference for JorDan in the end. Remember guys, this is the first out of 3 sets today. There we go. Yeah, and the Humnitsa do end up going down in the end. Valas is getting under 100 population in a moment. JorDan still has a treb. He's going for Onager right now as well. Take care of these hand cannoneer, to be honest. With Cavalier alone, he might be able to take care of those units. And Valas is under 100 population now, catching up again. But struggling to stay up. Specify companion, yes. Hi, hi. Welcome. Even Catram is coming in now for JorDan as well. And Valas is keen on trying for sure, but JorDan is in a position right now to take this one right away. Well, I was like in Valas' civilization over here in the matchup. Once again, I always believe the players are going to be more of a determining factor over here and can very much upset for an advantage or a disadvantage in a particular civilization matchup. And JorDan was able to take game number 4 over here. To move on then to the second stage of the replacement qualifier as he knocks Valas out of this. For the final score of 3-1, JorDan is looking fantastic, and Valas, well, Valas is not really going to have too many chances of making it into the main event anymore. Let's go and take a look at the achievements. What do we get? A better KD for Valas, approaching 6-5. For the economy, we have a stronger economy for JorDan, collecting about 25,200 extra resources. Close to it. Higher worker max count as well, but also a higher villager count towards the end of the game, of course, as Valas was getting completely raided everywhere. Went down to 75 villagers, ended up taking a lot of losses over here, much more so compared to JorDan. So well played. JorDan 3, Valas 1.